we pay tribute to this great country with our national anthem led by the Minnetonka Pep Band, led by Paul Rosen. Caps, please.
Fuel your passion for the great outdoors at Sportsman's Guide, your hometown outfitter for the best deals on outdoor gear for more than 40 years. From hunting, fishing, hiking, and camping, to firearms, archery, ammo, and more. You'll find it all here for less. Sportsman's Guide, everything to outfit your passion at the Twin Cities' best prices. In South St. Paul and online at sportsmansguide.com. Fuel your passion for the great outdoors at Sportsman's Guide, your hometown outfitter for the best deals on outdoor gear for more than 40 years. From hunting, fishing, hiking, and camping, to firearms, archery, ammo, and more. You'll find it all here for less. Sportsman's Guide, everything to outfit your passion at the Twin Cities' best prices. In South St. Paul and online at sportsmansguide.com.
Hello everybody from the Pagel Activity Center here in Minnetonka, senior night. The Skippers taking on the Wayzata Trojans in a big late conference battle brought to you by the sportsmansguide.com. There's a lot to talk about. Let's jump right into it. I'm Patrick Lilia alongside Brett Johnson, Todd Grover on the rest of our crew this evening. There are 3 teams still alive for a share of the late conference title. We'll start with the front-running Edina Hornets. They can clinch a share with a win in one of their final 2 games. They can clinch it outright with 2 wins. Minnetonka can clinch a share with a win tonight and an Edina loss in one of their final 2 games, but unfortunately the Skippers only would be able to clinch a share. Wayzata, meanwhile, still alive for the share of a conference title as well. They need a win tonight, an Edina loss, and then a Trojan victory at Braemar Arena over Edina on Saturday. As into the offense, there was a shot on goal saved by Wong. It was Bobby Brink quickly working his way in as Skippers starting tonight with an all-senior line. They're quickly getting their key cogs back on the ice, and we'll have a face-off to the left of the goaltender Trevor Wong for the Trojans this evening. Luke Lohite taking the face-off against Colin Schmidt. Face-off still loose in the circle. Pokes its way up along the far side boards. Carter Anderson there is Doctor able to hold it in for the Skippers. He'll circle the net, throw it toward the net. It goes off the side as Schmidt tangled up there as it's held in by Ludke. It's back down to Doctor. Doctor throws that one high over the net off the glass as it plays its way back up to the point where Ludke able to play it around the net for the Skippers down to the far side area as it's held in by Molinar. Molinar with a shot wide of the net. Works his way back to Ludke, who will play it around the net in the direction of Covey. Taken away by Ryan Mulrennan for Wayzata. He'll throw it up into the offensive zone for Wayzata. Their first offensive zone entry, but the Skippers quickly back the other way. This one sent back in deep by Covey. It'll work its way around the Wayzata net. Played there by Anderson. He'll throw it up into neutral ice. Well, Elder has it for Minnetonka as he tried to sneak it up for Andis, but Andis couldn't quite catch up to it. Puck flies all the way back down into the Minnetonka zone for an icing. So Edina tonight is at Eden Prairie. That game streaming on our sister service on the State of Hockey YouTube channel if you want to double up. And what's going on with the Hornets this evening. What the Hornets do of interest to both teams is it floats its way back out to Miller, who will send a shot wide of the net up into the corner. Instead of poking it out into the neutral zone, Tristan Nelko trying to get it ahead for Ike Tarazurski. Well, McGannon will play it around the net for the Skippers, down to the near side boards. Andis with a nice cross-ice pass for Elder. Elder into the offensive zone. Elder, he scores! Ryan Elder puts Minnetonka up 1-0. It'll be his 11th goal of the season. The Skippers with a quick 1-0 lead here on senior night at the Bagel Activity Centers. Set for the center ice face-off. Is Elder able to beat Wong on the stick side? Gives it a quick 1-0 lead for Minnetonka less than 2 minutes into the game. Played around by Heim. The Lager back with it up in the corner. Play it around to Hicks behind the net. Hicks brings it up into neutral ice. That one goes off the stick of Bayless. Hicks trying to push it toward the blue line, but sent back the other direction by Wayzata. Here's Griffin Ness into the offensive zone for Wayzata. He gets tied up behind the net by Heim. As Ness puts a hit on Brink behind the net, and then another couple of players go to the ice as Hicks sends it back around the net in the direction of Bayless. Behind who gets to it first, he'll send it out to neutral ice where it's dumped quickly back in by Tommy Bergswin for Wayzata. Played around by Hicks. He'll throw it up toward the blue line, held in briefly by Wayzata. Now Ness, and this one dumped back in by Mulrennan. Heim with it in his own zone. Play it back for Hicks. Hicks will bank it off the boards up into the neutral zone. And Dingman will play it ahead for Wayzata. Schmidt up into the offensive zone. Tommy Wisen getting tied up by Haim behind the net. Wisen trying to work his way out. He does. Nice play by Tommy Wisen. Gets it back up to the point. Get it down low. That one goes wide. Wisen trying to catch up to the rebound, but Heim got to it first, and eventually it will be covered up by the goaltender, Charlie Lochner, for the Skippers. It's the final conference game for Minnetonka. Host Blake here on Saturday afternoon to close out the regular season. Schmidt will take the face-off against Lowhite. Loose in the circle. It comes out to Doctor. Doctor trying to get tied up from behind by Wisen. Wayzata possessing it in their own zone with Anderson. Anderson down to the near side. As Doctor will grab it, chase himself all the way back down into his own zone. So it's a long pass out toward in the direction of Covey, but Doctor getting it back. Doctor into the offensive zone with a shot that goes wide down into the corner. Lowhite gets to it first in front of the Wayzata bench. Molinar gets it up to it. Molinar in. Molinar! Backhand shot saved by Wong. Joe Molinar, we know what he can do. Comes into tonight's game with 26 goals on the season. A couple of huge goals in that win over Edina on Saturday. Face-off still loose in the circle as Elder pushes it toward the net. A quick whistle. I don't think they quite ever got into the glove of Wong, but a quickly blown dead regardless. They'll do it again. Tarazerski and McGannon in the face-off circle. Pokes its way out into the neutral zone. Miller will try to chase it down for Minnetonka. He'll get to it first with an on-charging Tristan Nelko behind him for the Trojans. Elder tried to get this one to Andes, but was deflected by Trevor Polish. Polish harassing Andes behind the net as it works its way back out to the point. Will Krull with a shot that's deflected up into the netting, and will have a face-off in the Wayzata zone with 12:45 remaining in the first period. 1-0 Minnetonka with the lead. 11th goal of the season for Ryan Elder. That one coming less than 2 minutes in. Brink will take the face-off against Joel Matthews. Face-off works his way out to Hicks. Hicks with a shot that goes wide off the end wall. Wayzata back into the neutral zone with Matthews, but he got tied up as he entered. Minnetonka with it. Ness trying to create some damage down in the Wayzata offensive zone. Hicks plays it back the other way. It leaks through, and Wayzata able to turn it into an offensive zone time. As the Skippers back the other way. It was off the stick of Bayless. Bergsland into his own zone will pick it up, send it out to neutral ice. As Ness coming in onside, gets it down to Money. Money, though, got tied up by Haim nicely. It was a long shot that's blocked. As Money tries to play it back around the net, up into the corner. Lager back the other way for Minnetonka as he tried to throw that one toward the net from the blue line, but that one was blocked. Played behind the net by Michael North for Wayzata. He'll throw it into the neutral zone. Joel Matthews with it now for the Trojans. Ness trying to pick it up for Wayzata. Good neutral zone play, and now here comes Matthews into the offensive zone, but he got tied up as he tried to drive toward the net. Lowhite now with it for Minnetonka. Works its way into the neutral zone for Matt Branton. Will send it back in for the Trojans. Mulrennan getting tied up in the corner. Doctor, host of players down there now as Lowhite comes out with it. Trying to get that one up for Cody, but it's got through him. Molinar into the offensive zone for the sneaking behind was Cody trying to pick up the loose puck, but the Trojans back the other way. Here's Mulrennan into the offensive zone. Mulrennan, he scores! Ryan Mulrennan ties it at 1 for Wayzata. Mulrennan just able to get that puck, get that momentum. Able to outrun the Minnetonka defenders, get a great shot on goal. And he beats Glockner to tie it up at 1 with 10:54 remaining in the first period. Heim in his own zone for Minnetonka, getting it down toward Andes. Now here's Ness with it for Wayzata. Ness got tied up by Hicks as he crossed the blue line. Ness, though, still fighting. He will be held in by Tommy Harrison for Wayzata. Harrison able to poke his way back around the net. Hicks trying to get it up, but then knocked away by Luke Fairchild. So Minnetonka really struggling in their own zone. Wayzata putting on some excellent pressure. Here's Hicks now through neutral ice into the offensive zone. That one intercepted as he tried to get it past Fairchild. Fairchild able to send it back the other way. Heim with an on-charging Ness behind him. Now back out into the neutral zone. Ness into the offensive zone. Ness works his way in. As that one wobbles in, took a weird hop on Glockner. He'll hold on to it. Be the 5th goal of the year for Mulrennan. Is that a team that has struggled to score at times? Karaszewski will take the face-off for Wayzata. Off the face-off, there's a shot blocked off the stick of Kalesh. Lager back with speed through the neutral zone for Minnetonka. There's a shot, and wow, with a rebound! Somehow managed to be swept out of there with the hand by Bergsland for Wayzata. My goodness. This one thrown back toward the net. And then able to be sent out to neutral ice by Karaszewski. So fast and furious action in Wayzata. Very fortunate not quickly fall behind again after they were able to even the score. 9:18 to go here in the first. Turnover out front, shot over the net, into the netting by Tristan Nelko. Wow, this absolutely incredible sequence of events here at the Pagel Activities Center. Both teams with golden opportunities to try to take the lead. Face off outside of the Minnetonka zone. It trickles its way back to Dingman. He'll send it in deep. Glockner will play it back the other direction. It goes off a skate. Sent back into the zone by Anderson. Hicks will play it for Minnetonka behind his net. We got it to Molinar. Schmidt trying to force a mistake out in front of the skipper net. Works his way back out to neutral ice. And again, another turnover. Here's Leisen into the zone. He has that one quickly taken away, but Leisen will come away with it out of the corner. Leisen will get tied up once again in the corner, trying to come out with it as Schmidt. It dribbles its way out front to Mulrennan. He couldn't get a lot on the shot. There's a shot that gets through to the goaltender by Anderson. And Minnetonka back out to neutral ice with Molinar. He'll send a long pass up for Cody. Cody with a shot. He scores! No! It hit the side of the post and stayed out. Thought that one was going to go in. That one didn't. Schmidt into the zone. He got tied up by Doctor. Doctor will poke this one back out to neutral ice. And he got it ahead to Molinar. Couldn't get much on the pass. Dingman with it. Dingman up into the neutral zone. Get it back. Trying to push it up toward the Minnetonka blue line. With Ness into the offensive zone. Griffin Ness, who has 7 goals in his last 3 games, including 2 hat tricks. And behind the net, a big pile up. Coming out with it is Money. We'll get it down to the near side to Bergslin. Bergslin will work this way, but that was intercepted by Doctor in front of the net. And Ness, who had a hat trick against Grand Rapids. Another goal against Eden Prairie in that win over the Eagles a week ago. And then a hat trick against Hopkins last Saturday. Up into the corner, Ness fighting for it with McGannon. Doctor down there as well with Joel Matthews. 7:07 remaining in the first period. 1-1 tie game. There's a pass out toward Andes. Andes gets it a backhand to Elder, but Elder got tied up, had that one taken away. Long pass for Ness, goes off of Ness's skates. Crawl down there to get it for Minnetonka, but Ness with a big hit on him. It's Miller. Miller will work it back to the other side of the net. Brink for Minnetonka with it, as he got tied up by Tarazerski. Minnetonka 3-on-2 if they hurry. Bayless. Elder sends a shot wide. Krull able to hold it in at the point. Right up for a blast that's saved with the glove by Wong. It was Brink, the ever-dangerous sophomore for Minnetonka. A little face-off deep in the Wayzata zone. With exactly 6.5 minutes remaining in the first period. Minnetonka getting a quick last-minute change. Face-off dribbles its way out to Hicks. Hicks with a shot that goes wide. So they back down to the near side where Nelko sends it out into the neutral zone. As Anderson with it, he has to reverse direction a couple of times. Long pass for Tarazerski. They'll get it around to Solly on the near side. Anderson will get it back up. And there's a shot toward the net. That gets through to Glockner, who has to make a save. Minnetonka tic-tac-toe back the other way. Bayless into the offense, trying to work his way around Anderson. Couldn't quite get there. Lagerback tied up in the corner. Nelko trying to push it out to neutral ice, but a good job by Lagerback to hold it in, as Anderson will have to play it around his own net for the Trojans. Anderson will dump this one down in deep. We'll have a penalty coming against Minnetonka. The Lagerback going to the box. Wayzata will go on the power play. 25% conversion on the power play. Minnetonka killing off penalties at an 88.5 coming into tonight's game. Off the face-off, Bergslin with it for Wayzata. Ness. Schmidt with it now. Back to Bergslin. Schmidt working his way into it. It's a shot that's blocked out front. Doctor will play it all the way around. Molinar trying to catch up to it in the offensive zone. Molinar got tied up at the last second. I think he hesitated on getting that shot off, waiting for one last opportunity. Schmidt into the offensive zone with Ness and Fairchild. Bergslin, one of the defensemen. Ness trying to work his way back. Schmidt thinking about the wraparound. It comes loose out front. Well, Michael North couldn't get much on it. Sent all the way back up through the neutral zone, and a Minnetonka clear with 1:10 remaining in the power play for Wayzata. Bergslin setting up behind his own net. Got Ness and North in the zone with him, as North will head off, and he's replaced by Weisen. Weisen will bring it up the left wing boards as he gets it up to Money. Money reversing direction, trying to get it to Mulrennan, and it's another clear by the Skippers. With 43 seconds remaining in the power play, Wong with it behind the net. Look back around toward Mulrennan. Mulrennan into the neutral zone. Mulrennan working his way in as he tried to get it around Haim. He couldn't quite do it, or Haim rather. It's Anderson in the offense in his own zone. Leisen in the corner. 13 seconds remaining in the Wayzata power play. Making its way back out toward Anderson. Matthews with it for Wayzata. He tried to get it down low to Leisen, but Leisen had it bounce off of his stick. Power play comes to an end. Minnetonka back at full strength. As the battle continuing in the near side corner. Well, in front of the Minnetonka bench area. Leisen trying to poke it free. Minnetonka able to poke it the other way. Here's Lagerback. Lagerback, though, as that one knocked away from him. And sent back the other way by Anderson toward the goal as Wong will stop it with the stick. Rozerski with it. We'll send this one up into the neutral zone. Or Doctor will have it. As that one goes off the stick. It comes loose out front. Oh, my goodness. At first, Nelko had a chance at it. Oh my goodness. There could have been another turnover in the zone. Doctor with it, and then had the follow-up attempt that was whiffed on. Out of the near side. This one sent down by Solly into the zone. Nelko fighting through. Nelko with a shot wide of the net. Solly able to hold it in. He'll send this one into the glove of Glockner. Oh, Wayzata just forcing some serious neutral zone, or rather defensive zone issues for the Skippers thus far in this game. Lots of takeaways and near misses by the Trojans. It was one of the things that it was going to be curious coming into tonight's game. Minnetonka came off that big win over Edina, but you don't want to get comfortable in a game like this. Very good team in the Trojans, and a broken stick on the ice. And Minnetonka can't afford to get comfortable and overlook the Trojans. I think the Trojans have done a good job of showing that here in the first period, that they will not go quietly. 2:18 remaining now in the first period, 1-1 tie game. Schmidt will take the face off against Lohheit. North gets it down to Bergslund for Wayzata. Mulrennan, he had that one slide off of his stick at the red line. Schmidt, though, able to poke it down into the offensive zone, still loose in the circle. And Minnetonka able to bring it back the other way with Lohheit. Lohheit with a shot that's blocked and sent out toward Schmidt. Schmidt back the other way for Wayzata. Schmidt trying to get around Haim. He'll get a backhand on Glockner, and Glockner will have to hold on to it. Face off to the right of Glockner. Minnetonka plays it around the net. Here's Andes on the near side. He gets a hit from Bergslund. As playing it offside was Tommy Bergslund, and we'll have a face-off outside of the Minnetonka zone. As Eden Prairie with a 3-2 lead on Edina at the first intermission. Well, good news there perhaps for both of these teams. A long shot from the point in front of the bench area by Bergslund as it trickles its way back out to the neutral zone. Comes Minnetonka back the other way. McGannon with a shot high off the glass. Minute 16 remaining in the first period. Doctor will play it for Minnetonka in his own zone. Pursued by Money and Ness. Trying to get it down to McGannon, who got knocked off as he took the center of the ice. North playing it behind his net for Wayzata. Thrown through neutral ice, and it goes off the stick of Nelko down in deep, so Minnetonka will have to play it. Nelko trying to force a turnover again deep in the Minnetonka zone. Works his way back toward the net. Ludke with it. Lagerback sent it through center ice. And then Anderson back into the zone. Ludke, going to get it behind him for a break. That shot blocked. As Wayzata sent this one up out of play. And we'll have a face-off with 26.5 remaining in the first period. Only 1-1, but no shortage of chances for either team. 7 shots on goal for Wayzata, 6 for the Skippers. Brink will take the face-off against Schmidt. Pokes its way back around behind the Wayzata net. As Lysen couldn't get much on the clear attempt. Lysen able to fight his way into neutral ice. Lysen with Mulrennan as that puck slides through up into the corner. Less than 10 seconds now remaining. Lysen up in the corner. And will work it back towards Schmidt, and we're going to have a stoppage of play with 3.9 remaining in the first period. Face off to the right of Glockner. Loose in the circle. Hooks its way around, and will bring us to the end of a very thrilling first period. Can't ask for much more out of a single period than what we got there. And we'll go to the first intermission with Wayzata and Minnetonka tied at 1. You're watching Minnetonka Boys Hockey, sponsored by thesportsmansguide.com.
We are between periods here. Minnetonka hockey continues with some great high school hockey all year long, and we're happy to bring in our presenting sponsor, Scott Eichstad from the Sportsman's Guide. Scott, we got some great things to talk about. First of all, how are you today?
I'm doing wonderful, Pete, and thanks for having me.
Our pleasure, of course. So let's get into the Sportsman's Guide first. Obviously, you're a well-known website that covers a bevy of products for those that are, essentially sportsmen. And let's get into first what your company is and how it got started and how we find your products first online. And then we're going to get into your store, which I think our listeners and viewers are going to have a very intrigued opportunity from what you have.
Yeah, Pete, we're a multi-channel retailer. Started out in 1977. I've been in business for many, many years and started out as a catalog business, and now we've turned into an online e-commerce business, and we sell product that's for the outdoor enthusiast. You name it, we have it: ammo, shooting, firearms, hunting equipment, tree stands, military surplus, boots and shoes, clothing, fishing, camping, at wonderful, great pricing. And like you said, we have a hidden little secret, I'd like to say, that's connected to our corporate facility here in South St. Paul, part of the DC warehouse, as a retail store. And it's just a unique little store that, the most general public probably doesn't know about it. And that's what I want to do, is get the word out that we have this wonderful store connected to our corporate building that is open to the public, and once they get in there, they'll be pleasantly surprised at all the offerings we have.
Well, tell us about the store experience and what the typical customer could experience when they walk in through those doors.
Well, again, we're located here in South St. Paul. What's unique about our store, Pete, is it's roughly about 7,000 or 8,000 square feet, and we carry all the product that we advertise through our catalog and e-commerce business. But the uniqueness of this store is, like I said, it's connected to our warehouse. So I like to call our warehouse basically the back storage room for the back stock room for our store. So when a customer comes in and shops our store, they're not only shopping within the four walls of the store. They can go through our catalogs that we have on site in our will call area and visit go to our kiosk area and take a look at products online or through the catalog. All they have to do is identify what they're looking for. Store associate will go pick it out of the warehouse. And so our store goes from about 8,000 square feet, like I said, all the way up to roughly 300,000 square feet of product, because everything that we offer on our online business and catalog business, you can shop in our store. So we have 30,000 plus items in our warehouse that a customer can shop really easy. And with it being a smaller footprint, you don't have to walk around a big footprint store. You can go to one area, look through a catalog or on web, and we'll do all the work in regards to go get the product, bring it to you, have you do a try, fit it on, try it, touch it, feel it. And so I think that's the biggest uniqueness of our store, that it's a smaller footprint. It offers everything that your big brick and mortar stores do, but it's conveniently located right connecting to our warehouse, which makes it very convenient for the consumer to shop a variety of product that we offer.
So it's great because it's one thing to be able to browse online, and you could even browse online if you want, but then you come to the store, and as you said, you can touch it and feel it, try it on if it's an apparel or a clothing type item, and actually have the experience of the depth of what a lot of stores can only carry so much due to space. But you just said 300,000 square feet of warehouse space and all the product you need. The other thing that's really amazing is how easy it is to get to your location. It's right off 494 in Concord in South St. Paul.
Absolutely. Take Hardman off of 494 right here in South St. Paul, and it's we've got a big billboard sign right on the freeway there that acknowledges our store, and very convenient and easy to get to for the general public. And again, like you said, it's easy to shop, and it's that hidden little secret that we're trying to get out there to the general public in the Twin Cities. And if they know our online business, why pay for shipping costs? You can drive right on down to our store and get the product without any shipping and handling fees.
And if you're from the greater Minnesota area and you're coming to the Twin Cities for family visits or whatever it would be, maybe through the holiday season or just on a random weekend, you might want to schedule that in if you're an outdoorsman and come on into the Sportsman's Guide and browse the store, purchase your product, touch it, feel it, and have a great experience. Now, there's something coming up, Scott, that we've been working together on that I'm really excited about. And it's coming up around the state tournament. Do you want to touch on that for a minute and let our listeners know what you've got going?
Absolutely. With my personal background with the game of hockey, you and I connected, and there was an opportunity to advertise through the Minnetonka high school hockey games. And what we have going on March 10th is during the state high school hockey ship tournament, the championship day. We're actually going to have Beyond the Pond radio on site at our store from 10 to noon. So Micheletti and Leopold and the group are going to be on site at our store doing the Beyond the Pond airing right here in our store. And I'm passionate to the game of hockey. Grew up in Bemidji, Minnesota, played youth hockey, played high school hockey, was able to play in 2 state high school hockey tournaments, was able to continue on and play Division I at St. Cloud State and some minor league hockey after that. And I got a brother-in-law, Brett Hedekin, that played, I think it says for itself, but he played 19 years in the NHL, Stanley Cup winner, 2 Olympians. So hockey is a passion of mine and our family, and being able to bring that Beyond the Pond show to the Sportsman's Guide. There's really not any relevance of our product in hockey, but the person that enjoys the game of hockey and lives in the state of Minnesota is usually passionate about the outdoors and hunts and fish and camps and does all the things that Minnesota provides on the outdoor setting. So it's a wonderful opportunity for us to get the great event of Beyond the Pond here at our store, and again get awareness through that activity, to get awareness to our Sportsman's Guide store, to get the general public to know who we are, where we are, and what we provide, and connecting that to hockey and the great tradition of our state high school hockey tournament and Beyond the Pond show is just a wonderful opportunity to bring all those together.
Well, you're right. The great game of hockey is played outdoors. And so those that are compelled to the game are compelled to be outdoors, and there's a natural fit between everything. And your background in the game and being just south of the XL Energy Center, minutes south of it, it's just awesome. It's going to be a great weekend, and it's such a culmination. And you know what? I don't know. When you look at these teams in high school hockey, every year you always say, wow, can we top what we just experienced last year? And each year you do. And this year is already shaping up to be a very fascinating season. These Minnetonka Skippers are absolutely a part of that discussion. and it's going to be a lot of fun as we work through it. So what we're going to do, Scott, is we're going to be bringing you on between broadcasts of these Minnetonka games. And I know all the Tonka Skipper fans and ourselves that are doing these games are very appreciative of your support from the Sportsman's Guide. And we're going to continue to work this event and tell people why they need to be there. It's going to be fun. You're going to be able to pick up some great product as well. And then we're also going to say, hey, make sure, get over there, pick up your stuff, purchase it live and in person in the store. Why don't we do this? Can you toss out the address for those that are interested so they can put that into their Google Maps and get right to you?
Again, yes, we're conveniently located just off of 494 in South St. Paul. It's 490 Hardman Avenue, South St. Paul, Minnesota. Our store hours are Monday through Saturday, 9:30 to 6, open till 7 on Thursdays, and then Sundays from 11 to 5. So come on down to the Sportsman's Guide, and you'll be pleasantly surprised the great product we have, all the assortment, and the great pricing that we have. Nobody around town will beat it.
Perfect, Scott. And then, for those that want to get a jump on the online scenario to browse your store, if you will, online before they come in, why don't you toss out the website as well?
Absolutely, www.sportsmansguide.com. Take a look at that. We have a Buyers Club membership program that I think a first-time consumer will be very enticed to take a look at that, and we have a very strong membership program. And once you become a Buyers Club member, you're a member for life, and it's a great opportunity for the consumer to be aware of that as well.
Great stuff. Scott Eichstadt, thank you for joining us once again. Between periods of Minnetonka Skipper Hockey, he, of course, from the Sportsman's Guide. We'll be back with more right after this.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Pagel Activity Center for the Minnetonka Boys Hockey Senior Night, presented by the Sportsman'sGuide.com. 1-1 after one period. No shortage of opportunities or excitement in that first period for both teams. It was Ryan Elder with his 11th for the Skippers. That was less than 2 minutes into the game, but Ryan Mulranen with his 5th for Wayzata. That knotted it up about midway through the period. We go to the second period, tied at 1. The Skippers had a shot by David Andes that went off, looked like the inside of the post, and fortunately popped out. Wayzata controls the face-off with North. Poked down by Tommy Wisen. Wayzata, as that one banks off the side as that one tried to be centered by Mulranen. Got down into the neutral zone where North trying to poke it back into the offensive zone. They played in offside regardless, but Schmidt with it for Wayzata. It's intercepted up front. There's a shot over the top of the net by Covey off the turnover. I was going to say Wayzata did a great job forcing a lot of turnovers in the Minnetonka zone. Generated some great opportunities as well out of that. There's Lowhite to this one in deep for Minnetonka. Long out of the net to play it for North. North will push it up ahead and will be flipped up in the direction of Matthews as North and Ludke fighting for it. Here's Lagerbag with a shot off the glass. A lot of good opportunities for guys to wind up and get that backhand ready to go. In front of the Minnetonka bench area, Doctor holds it in, but it flips up kind of like a pop-up. It's still loose, but cleaned out by Wayzata. Matthews pushes it up ahead for Mulranen. Mulranen, what a job by Mulranen. He couldn't quite stop his momentum enough to get a shot, but just some great stick work there by Ryan Mulranen, who has the Wayzata goal. Matthews back from behind the net trying to center it for Money. Money on the wraparound, and it deflects up wide. Minnetonka back into the neutral zone. Well, his offensive opportunities just continuing. It looked like Money had that door wide open on the wraparound, but Minnetonka able to deflect it with the stick at the last possible second. Ludke will play it up toward Doctor. Bayless able to push it up for Brink through the neutral zone. Brink getting slowed up, pushes down toward Ludke. Ludke has to reset. Play it back toward Doctor in his own zone. Played around to the near side for Miller with Ness putting a hit on Tarazursky down there as well for Wayzata. Back out into the neutral zone. It pops up. Tarazursky with it for Wayzata. Set up by Bergsland. Back toward Bergsland now. And Ness with it. Ness trying to poke it up into neutral ice. Coming in onside is Bayless. A score! It's it! Ryan Elder for the second time. It's 2-1. I think Wayzata led up because they thought Elder had come in offside with a very late ruling on the play. And Elder able to drive the net and get his second goal of the game. It's 2-1 Minnetonka. That'll be the 12th goal of the season now for Ryan Elder with 2 tonight here on senior night. Not the final Minnetonka home game. They'll have one more Saturday afternoon against Blake. Off the face-off, back into the Wayzata zone. With Branton. Branton will play it up through neutral ice. Hicks with it, will bank it off the near side boards. As Coley takes a hit at the blue line. As Branton back the other way with it. Mulranen pokes it up past the Minnetonka blue line. Well, here's Coley down on the near side. Almost had that one taken away by Anderson. It's sent up to Anderson on the far side. Anderson with a wobbly puck behind that. A rebound by Lysen that goes over the net. Mulrennan pokes this one toward the net where it's intercepted on the easy pass by Hicks. And he'll float it out into the neutral zone. Anderson trying to whack it back into the Minnetonka zone, but Skipper's able to possess it. Lowhite on the far side boards. Lowhite with a shot. That one deflects off the goaltender Wong. That one thrown toward the net through traffic by Lutke. There's a shot from the point that's blocked. And unable to control that one was Lysen. Otherwise, Wayzata might have had a 2-on-1 going the other way. This one sent back the other way for Mulrennan. Mulrennan able to catch up to it. Mulrennan, though, poked away from it by Lutke. And there's a shot from the point by Colin Schmidt. And that's covered up by the goaltender, Charlie Glockner. And I think we could see Mulrennan a little bit frustrated with the Minnetonka defender Lutke for getting in his way there. Face off to the left of Glockner. Joel Matthews will take the face off against Brink. Loose in the circle still. It pokes its way back around the Minnetonka net. Heim will try to reverse direction, but it's intercepted by the Trojans. Ness going to get it back for Matthews. Matthews trying to fight his way through Brink and Lagerback. Ness with it behind the net for Wayzata. Trying to play it back toward Matthews. Couldn't quite get it through, but now Matthews trying to fight his way again through Andrew Hicks. Sent cross ice for Bayless. Bayless with speed into the offensive zone. Bayless, Lagerback, they score! Could not execute that 2-on-1 any better. And Teddy Lagerback had about as open of a net as you will see. It's 3-1 Minnetonka. 17th of the season for Teddy Lagerback. Minnetonka with 2 quick goals here in the second period as Anderson sends this one into the offensive zone for Wayzata. Alex Solly taking a hit in the corner from Krull. North trying to work his way through. Loose out front. Solly got tied up trying to turn around to get a shot off. It works its way back to North. North trying to get that one to the mid center, but that's deflected by Elder, but it works its way back around the net anyway. Krull behind the net tied up with Nelko. Trying to poke its way to McGannon. Tarazerski down there for Wayzata, as well as Miller. Nelko back in the fray for the Trojans. And we're going to have a stoppage of play. And a penalty coming. Maybe like a cross check against James Miller. And Wayzata will go on their second power play. 0 for 1 tonight. They've been at 25% on the season. At the face-off, Minnetonka controlling it. They'll play it around to the near side. Lowhite with a quick clear all the way down. As Wong plays it around to the near side. Will Miller for cross-checking. Schmidt in neutral ice. Bergswind, North. Unusually conservative looking sequence there for the Trojans based on what we've seen tonight from them. As Fairchild tries to poke it through the corner, gets its way back out to North. North will play it behind the net. Fairchild trying to get around Lutke, back up into the corner. Bergswind with a shot into the middle. Couldn't quite finish on the redirect was Fairchild, and it's a clear for the Skippers. 10:43 to go now in the second period. 1:05 in the power play. Through neutral ice, that one pokes off the stick of North in deep to the Wayzata offensive zone. Schmidt trying to get it for Wayzata. Taken away behind the net by Fairchild. Fairchild, he gets tied up in the corner. Still with it. It's up to Schmidt. Schmidt will reverse direction behind the net. Gets it to Nass, who tried to center it in front for Fairchild. Schmidt off the puck ended up right in front of him with a long blast. There's a shot that's saved and cleared out by the Skippers with 23 seconds remaining in the power play. 9:55 to go in the second period. We're back in the neutral zone. Money getting it down to Leisen. Leisen out of the corner with it. Trying to get it back to the point. Bergsland. Get it back to Leisen. Leisen with Doctor opposing him. Leisen will try to come out of the corner with it. Power play over. Minnetonka back at full strength. Back to Mulrennan at the point. His shot is blocked. As McGannon will grab it for Minnetonka. Back the other direction with Brink. Leave it behind him for Bayless. It works its way out in front of the net. Still loose. Enough flipped out to neutral ice and all the way down into the Minnetonka zone. We'll have an icing and a face-off deep in the Wayzata zone. With 9:12 remaining in the period. 3-1, Minnetonka with the lead. Quick check on what's happening at the Eden Prairie Community Center. It is still 3-2, Eden Prairie with the lead. We're getting late in the second period. Still loose in the face-off circle. Pokes its way out to neutral ice. Nelko will have it for Wayzata. He'll send it in deep. Solly, he takes a hit from Krull behind the net as it works its way out to the point. There's a shot saved with the glove. Tyler Dingman letting that one rip. And we'll have a face-off deep in the Minnetonka zone. As we talked about, Minnetonka can clinch a share of the Lake title. They need a win and Edina to lose one of its final two, either at Eden Prairie or at home on Saturday against Wayzata. Hooks its way around to the corner. Lagerback will float it out to neutral ice. It'll work its way over the head of Anderson. He'll play it in his own zone. Play it around to Dingman. Dingman has this one taken away as the puck squirts its way out toward Krull. Dingman will play it back behind the net for Anderson. Throw this one through neutral ice. And one goes off the stick of Nelko, and we'll have another icing call and a face-off back in the Wayzata zone. The Wayzata still alive as well. They need a win tonight and a win on Saturday against Edina, as well as the Hornets losing tonight to Eden Prairie. They also have to take care of business tonight, which find themselves down by 2 midway through the second period. As Molinar floats it back out to Doctor. There's a shot into traffic. It's loose out front, and Leisen able to poke it for Mulrennan. Mulrennan has that one taken away from behind into the offensive zone. It's a shot by Leisen, who came up with the puck. Played back the other direction for Lutke. Lutke up to the far side. Doctor, as Leisen tries to poke it away. This one goes off the stick of Michael North down into the Wayzata zone. There's Trevor Palesh down there for the Trojans. Down on the near side boards. Molinar works his way out with a shot that's saved with the glove by Trevor Long. As for the Hornets, they have the easiest road. They clinch a share with a win in either of their final 2 games. Need to win both of their final 2 games to clinch it outright, should Minnetonka win tonight. Hicks from a point as that shot blocked. Ness up the near side boards. Poked away by Hicks. Playing around behind the net. But down for a shot that's blocked by Matthews, but held in. And back to Ness. Be held in briefly by Branton, but I think they're going to say it did vacate the zone. And Wayzata absolutely cannot believe it. And that looked pretty clear from here that that one was held in. And I think they're going to rule that there was a officiating mistake. For a moment, like, well, they're going to push the face off all the way back into the Wayzata zone, so never mind on that. Maybe they're going to say it was a high sticking play. They'll face off deep in the Wayzata zone. 7:22 remaining in the second period. 3-1 Minnetonka. Elder with 2 goals tonight for 12 on the season. Lagerback his 17th. Mulrennan with his 5th for Wayzata. Anderson playing it behind the net with Dingman. Trying to get it up toward Matthews and into the offensive zone. Matthews trying to get it down toward Ness. Anderson banks it off the near side boards. It works its way up into the corner. Matthews gets tied up by Ludke and Doctor. Ness down there as well. Penalty coming against Minnetonka. Looking for a hooking as Andes touches up, and Wayzata will head back on the power play for the third time. Doctor will head off. Wayzata 0 for 2 on the power play. Definitely use one for if you're the Trojans right now. 6:48 remaining in the second period, down by 2. North controlling the face-off. Bergslin with a blast, knocked down out front. I think they were trying to redirect it and ended up knocking it down to the ice instead. As Ness chasing it around the net. It'll work its way back to Bergslin on the near side. In the corner. Floats its way out to neutral ice. North with it, back to Bergslin. As the Trojans reset. North will push it up for Fairchild, who will poke it around the net. Held in by Fairchild. Now cleared out by Minnetonka with 6:09 remaining in the second period. Long pass. Schmidt working is trying to work his way through, and we're going to have something. That play came in onside. I'm not quite sure what. The face-off will be deep in the Minnetonka zone. Exactly 6 minutes remaining in the period. Off the face-off, controlled again by Wayzata. Bergslin, Dingman. Too many men on the ice penalty against the Skippers. So a 5-on-3 for the next 55 seconds for Wayzata. Matthews back to Bergslin. Bergslin with a shot into traffic, saved by Glockner. So Elder will serve the penalty. 49 seconds in the 5-on-3. A golden opportunity for Wayzata to cut this deficit. At the face-off, look up to the near side boards, but Ness able to poke it back out to the point. Ness with it now. Back to Bergslin. Bergslin to Ness. Out of Dingman. Bergslin working his way in. There's a shot that goes through traffic up into the corner. Schmidt with it. Dingman play it back to Schmidt. Get it backing up for Bergslin. There's a shot that's loose. Still got through the goaltender. Eventually Minnetonka able to clear it. 15 seconds remaining in the 5-on-3. 5 minutes remaining in the second period. Cross-ice pass for Schmidt. A shot that goes off the end wall. Ness with it, back to 5-on-4. Bergslin to Ness. Ness working his way in. Ness got tied up. Shot was blocked, but he's able to try to get the puck back, and he'll play it around the net. Back to Schmidt. Schmidt trying to work his way in. Schmidt with a shot blocked in traffic. Still loose, pokes its way back up to Schmidt. 18 seconds remaining in the Wayzata power play. Schmidt will come out with the puck. Big hit by Ness. Ness will play it around to Bergslin. Ness with it. Going back to Schmidt and sneak it through to Ness. That shot blocked as it got through to Dingman. Power play over. Minnetonka back at full strength. And able to be sent all the way down for an icing by the Skippers. So not the cleanest sequence for Minnetonka, but they were able to get out of that 5-on-3. And Wayzata, a game they need to have if they want to remain in the late conference discussion. Perhaps will be kicking themselves that they couldn't do more on that 5-on-3 advantage. There's Nelko on the near side who play it back for Alex Solly. Works its way back up toward Anderson at the point. He's able to hold it in. Anderson with a shot saved up into the net by Glockner. Good work by Anderson with the stick and then getting the shot on goal. Glockner having to jump out of his crouch to get in the way of that one. Karaszewski will take the face-off against Brink. Still loose in the circle. Work its way back out to neutral ice where Anderson will poke it back. It'll be Brink and Lagerback as Brink kind of pokes at that one. Floats its way up into the corner. Nelko whiffs on it for Wayzata. Comes loose to Brink. Brink with a shot that goes off the end wall. In front of the bench area. Brink will poke it up for Lagerback. Lagerback as he pokes it back toward Wong, who covers it. 3:02 to go now in the second period. Wayzata with a 14-10 advantage in shots on goal. We're at the second intermission now at the Eden Prairie Community Center. Edina has tied it up 3-3 at the second intermission. Played around to the far side corner. This one sneaks through to Ness. Ness able to go to the ice as he came in. Works its way back around to Doctor. Doctor banks it up into the neutral zone. And into the offensive zone offside is Minnetonka, as Andy's touched that one offside, and we'll have a face-off outside of the Wayzata zone. Again, Edina clinches a share of the late conference title should they finish off the comeback tonight. Coming back from down 3-1 at the Eden Prairie Community Center with a period to go, now tied at 3. Schmidt trying to force his way up into the zone, but it was taken away. Big hit in the neutral zone. Lohai takes a hit from Dingman. Then more physical activity at the other end as Bergsland and Molinar got tied up. Molinar takes that one from behind him, and then he takes a big hit. Schmidt will poke this one out to the neutral zone. Mulrennan, 2-on-1 if they hurry. Mulrennan trying to get it down to Leisen. Leisen, great stop by on the redirect, Colin Schmidt, they score! Glockner had the great save on the first 2-on-1, but Colin Schmidt able to finish it off after that, and it's a 3-2 game. The 12th goal of the season for the Wayzata senior. Off the face-off, Wayzata controlling, North with it. Hooks this one up towards Solly. As it's held in by Nelko, throws this one toward the net. Glockner able to steer it aside with the pad. Brink has this one almost taken away by Solly. It's Hicks on the near side. Hicks into the center of the ice. Hicks speeds ahead, this one up into the netting. And we'll have a face-off with 1:42 to go in the second period. So Colin Schmidt drawing Wayzata within 1. Brink will take the face-off against Matthews as it pokes its way out. There's a shot that sneaks through, they score! Then Jack Bayless, and Minnetonka restores the 2-goal lead. That one got through Wong. It kind of trickled its way into the net. The 18th goal of the season for Bayless. 4-2 Minnetonka with the lead once again. So off the face-off, Hicks with it for Minnetonka. As Elder pushes that one up into the offensive zone, but Wayzata able to work their way back down. Here's Ness in onside. Ness throws that one toward the center of the ice. Matthews trying to redirect it. He'll play its way back around to Ness. Dingman will play it around toward Luke Money. Money back down to Dingman. Dingman with a shot into traffic. That one goes off the end wall. Intercepted by Heim. Pushes it toward the blue line, but held in by Wayzata. Tommy Bergsland under a minute to play in the second period. With Andes with it. Andes got tied up as he exited the zone, and Wayzata sends it back in deep by Money. Hicks in the near side corner. This one intercepted, but brought in offside by Carter Anderson. Boy, and Anderson might be wondering what could have been. He comes in narrowly offside, and what a clear path to the goaltender otherwise. Off the face-off, Minnetonka controls with Molinar. Backhands into the offensive zone. Here's Cody. Cody has that one poked away by Anderson as we're about to go under 30 seconds to go in the period. Into the corner. Played around to the far side. And Mulren as that one goes through his skates. The opposite is low height for Minnetonka. Round to the near side. Cody works his way back to the point. Ludke. Back up high to Doctor. Doctor from the point. That one wobbles in wide. Loose out front. Still loose. Wong had to make a couple of saves as that'll bring us to the end of the second period. So Wayzata drew within 3-2 late in the period, but Minnetonka able to answer with the goal from Jack Bayless, and we'll go to the second intermission with the Skippers holding a 4-2 lead. We're watching Minnetonka boys hockey presented by sportsmansguide.com.
We are between periods here. Minnetonka hockey continues with some great high school hockey all year long, and we're happy to bring in our presenting sponsor, Scott Eichstad from the Sportsman's Guide. Scott, we got some great things to talk about. First of all, how are you today?
I'm doing wonderful, Pete, and thanks for having me.
Our pleasure, of course. So let's get into the Sportsman's Guide first. Obviously, you're a well-known website that covers a bevy of products for those that are, essentially sportsmen. And let's get into first what your company is and how it got started and how we find your products first online. And then we're going to get into your store, which I think our listeners and viewers are going to have a very intrigued opportunity from what you have.
Yeah, Pete, we're a multi-channel retailer. Started out in 1977. I've been in business for many, many years and started out as a catalog business, and now we've turned into an online e-commerce business. And we sell product that's for the outdoor enthusiast. You name it, we have it. Ammo, shooting, firearms, hunting equipment, tree stands, military surplus, boots and shoes, clothing, fishing, camping, at wonderful, great pricing. And like you said, we have a hidden little secret, I'd like to say, that's connected to our corporate facility here in South St. Paul, part of the DC warehouse, as a retail store. And it's just a unique little store that, the most general public probably doesn't know about it. And that's what I want to do, is get the word out that we have this wonderful store connected to our corporate building that is open to the public, and once they get in there, they'll be pleasantly surprised at all the offerings we have.
Well, tell us about the store experience and what the typical customer could experience when they walk in through those doors.
Well, again, we're located here in South St. Paul. What's unique about our store, Pete, is it's roughly about 7,000 or 8,000 square feet, and we carry all the product that we advertise through our catalog and e-commerce business. But the uniqueness of this store is, like I said, it's connected to our warehouse. So I like to call our warehouse basically the back storage room for the back stock room for for our store. So when a customer comes in and shops our store, they're not only shopping within the four walls of the store. They can go through our catalogs that we have on site in our will call area and visit go to our kiosk area and take a look at products online or through the catalog. All they have to do is identify what they're looking for. Store associate will go pick it out of the warehouse. And so our store goes from about 8,000 square feet, like I said, all the way up to roughly 300,000 square feet of product, because everything that we offer on our online business and catalog business, you can shop in our store. So we have 30,000 plus items in our warehouse that a customer can shop really easy. And with it being a smaller footprint, you don't have to walk around a big footprint store. You can go to one area, look through a catalog or on web, and we'll do all the work in regards to go get the product, bring it to you, have you do a try, fit it on, try it, touch it, feel it. And so I think that's the biggest uniqueness of our store, that it's a smaller footprint. It offers everything that your big brick and mortar stores do, but it's conveniently located right connecting to our warehouse, which makes it very convenient for the consumer to shop a variety of product that we offer.
So it's great, because it's one thing to be able to browse online, and you could even browse online if you want, but then you come to the store, and as you said, you can touch it and feel it, try it on if it's an apparel or clothing type item, and actually have the experience of the depth of what a lot of stores can only carry so much due to space. But you just said 300,000 square feet of warehouse space and all the product you need. The other thing that's really amazing is how easy it is to get to your location. It's right off 494 in Concord in South St. Paul.
Absolutely. Take Hardman off of 494 right here in South St. Paul, and it's we've got a big billboard sign right on the freeway there that acknowledges our store, and very convenient and easy to get to for the general public. And again, like you said, it's easy to shop, and it's that hidden little secret that we're trying to get out there to the general public in the Twin Cities. And if they know our online business, why pay for shipping costs? You can drive right on down to our store and get the product without any shipping and handling fees.
And if you're from the greater Minnesota area and you're coming to the Twin Cities for family visits or whatever it would be, maybe through the holiday season or just on a random weekend, you might want to schedule that in if you're an outdoorsman and come on into the Sportsman's Guide and browse the store, purchase your product, touch it, feel it, and have a great experience. Now, there's something coming up, Scott, that we've been working together on that I'm really excited about. And it's coming up around the state tournament. Do you want to touch on that for a minute and let our listeners know what you've got going?
Absolutely. With my personal background with the game of hockey, you and I connected, and there was an opportunity to advertise through the Minnetonka high school hockey games. And what we have going on March 10th is during the state high school hockey ship tournament, the championship day. We're actually going to have Beyond the Pond radio on site at our store from 10 to noon. So Micheletti and Leopold and the group are going to be on site at our store doing the Beyond the Pond airing right here in our store. And I'm passionate to the game of hockey. Grew up in Bemidji, Minnesota, played youth hockey, played high school hockey, was able to play in 2 state high school hockey tournaments, was able to continue on and play Division I at St. Cloud State, and some minor league hockey after that. And I got a brother-in-law, Brett Hedican, that played, I think it says for itself, but he played 19 years in the NHL, Stanley Cup winner, 2 Olympians. So hockey is a passion of mine and our family, and being able to bring that Beyond the Pond show to the Sportsman's Guide, there's really not any relevance of our product in hockey, but the person that enjoys the game of hockey and lives in the state of Minnesota is usually passionate about the outdoors and hunts and fish and camps and does all the things that Minnesota provides on the outdoor setting. So it's a wonderful opportunity for us to get the great event of Beyond the Pond here at our store, and again, get awareness through that activity to get awareness to our Sportsman's Guide store, to get the general public to know who we are, where we are, and what we provide, and connecting that to hockey and the great tradition of our state high school hockey tournament and Beyond the Pond show is just a wonderful opportunity to bring all those together.
Well, you're right. The great game of hockey is played outdoors. And so those that are compelled to the game are compelled to be outdoors, and there's a natural fit between everything. And your background in the game and being just south of the XL Energy Center, minutes south of it, it's just awesome. It's going to be a great weekend, and it's such a culmination. And you know what? I don't know. When you look at these teams in high school hockey, every year you always say, wow, can we top what we just experienced last year? And each year you do. And this year is already shaping up to be a very fascinating season. These Minnetonka Skippers are absolutely a part of that discussion, and it's going to be a lot of fun as we work through it. So what we're going to do, Scott, is we're going to be bringing you on between broadcasts of these Minnetonka games. And I know all the Tonka Skipper fans and ourselves that are doing these games are very appreciative of your support from the Sportsman's Guide. And we're going to continue to work this event and tell people why they need to be there. It's going to be fun. You're going to be able to pick up some great product as well. And then we're also going to say, hey, make sure, get over there, pick up your stuff, purchase it live and in person in the store. Why don't we do this? Can you toss out the address for those that are interested so they can put that into their Google Maps and get right to you?
Again, yes, we're conveniently located just off of 494 in South St. Paul. It's 490 Hardman Avenue, South St. Paul, Minnesota. Our store hours are Monday through Saturday, 9:30 to 6, open till 7 on Thursdays, and then Sundays from 11 to 5. So come on down to the Sportsman's Guide, and you'll be pleasantly surprised the great product we have, all the assortment, and the great pricing that we have. Nobody around town will beat it.
Perfect, Scott. And then, for those that want to get a jump on the online scenario to browse your store, if you will, online before they come in, why don't you toss out the website as well?
Absolutely, www.sportsmansguide.com. Take a look at that. We have a Buyers Club membership program that I think a first-time consumer will be very enticed to take a look at that. And we have a very strong membership program. And once you become a Buyers Club member, you're a member for life. And it's a great opportunity for the consumer to be aware of that as well.
Great stuff. Scott Eichstadt, thank you for joining us once again. Between periods of Minnetonka Skipper hockey, he, of course, from the Sportsman's Guide. We'll be back with more right after this.
Welcome back to the Pagel Activity Center as we go to the third period here on Senior Night. Minnetonka leading it 4-2. 2 second period goals. And sent down into the Minnetonka zone quickly. Schmidt chasing after it. Schmidt, who had a goal for Wayzata in the second period. Sent up into neutral ice. Molinar will play it down to the near side. He's sent up by Heim into the offensive zone for Minnetonka. Front Molinar, but he had it blocked as he tried to get the shot away. Hicks in the Minnetonka zone with it. He'll bank it off the near side, trying to get it to Molinar, but it was out of his reach, and we'll have an icing call. And a face-off deep in the Minnetonka zone with 16:26 remaining in regulation. Update from the Eden Prairie Community Center. Edina and Eden Prairie still tied at 3. That game about midway through the third period now. Edina clinching a share of the Lake Conference either with a win or a win in one of their final 2 games or a Minnetonka loss here tonight. Glockner out of his net to play it. He'll play it down to the near side. As Palesh throws it into the zone. Trying to spring Lager back in the center ice on the Minnetonka logo. Bayless tries to center this one, but it's brought back out to neutral ice by Wayzata. Still fighting through their blue line as Matthews takes a hit. Here's Money into the offense. So Money with a shot. There's a big rebound, but nobody there to whack at it for the Trojans. Matthews off the nice hold job by the Trojans. Now it's played around the net by Doctor. Doctor will throw this one through neutral ice. Here's Brink. Lagerbag with a shot high off the glass. Brink fighting with Matt Branton down in the corner at the centering feed. Just to show you the depth of the Skippers team. The usual suspects, Molinar, Brink, low height, not really factoring much into the game tonight, but it's these third and fourth lines, the Elders and Baylesses, who have made all the difference as we go under 15 minutes to play in regulation. Brought back the other way by Branton, who'll throw this one down into the Minnetonka zone. Played around to the near side by Glockner. Still loose in the corner, floats toward the net. Here's Andes with it. Andes knocked off the puck by Dingman. And then Nelko sends it back into the Minnetonka zone. Miller with it for Minnetonka. Gannon knocked off the puck, but Miller able to recover. Miller 2-on-4 into the offensive zone as the centering feed is intercepted and then sent out to neutral ice by Dingman. As Hicks will chase it down in front of Mulrennan, who has the first Wayzata goal tonight. Right back around the net. Brink up in the corner, send this one into neutral ice. Coley tied up. It's getting through his Brink, but low height with a shot high up into the netting. Lowhite and Molinar to get involved in that sequence. Lowhite will take the face off against Colin Schmidt. Schmidt, who has the other goal for Wayzata. Off the face off, here's Dingman, pokes this one up to Mulrennan. Mulrennan speeding through center right. Here's a wobbly shot. Pushes through on Glockner, who makes a save. 19 shots on goal for the Trojans. 13 for the Skippers. Molinar working his way through. Molinar with a shot. Rebound loose. Still loose free, and now eventually carried around by Leisen, who will bank it all the way down for an icing call. Face off back in the Wayzata zone. With 13:26 remaining in regulation. Off the face-off. Lagerbag with a backhand shot. That goes wide. Unable to be held in at the point. Comes Fairchild the other way with Ness. Fairchild with a shot that goes wide off the glass. Palesh's redirect toward the net is blocked. Brink with it at neutral ice for Minnetonka. Brink slows up, gets it down toward Ludke. Ludke trying to get it back to Brink on the redirect, but that got through to the far side boards. Polesh will play it from the corner. Play it back around the Wayzata net up to the far side where Bayless will be there with money. There's a long shot from the point by Ludke. He comes all the way around. Doctor holds it in, but then Polesh able to bring it out into the Minnetonka zone, and Glockner will cover it up. Still 3-3 at the Eden Prairie Community Center between the Eagles and Hornets. And getting later in the third period. That one up into the corner. Gannon fighting along in front of the bench area. Now it pokes its way out to Elder. Crawl with it. Stick loose on the ice. This was thrown in on goal by Tommy Bergsland with that long shot into the glove from behind the blue line. We'll have a face-off deep in the Minnetonka zone. 12:16 remaining now in regulation. Minnetonka with a 4-2 lead. Molinar will take the face-off against Colin Schmidt. We have a power play opportunity coming for Wayzata. Not see the infraction. Here's North off the face-off. We'll play it around towards Schmidt. Andes for slashing. Ness with it behind the net up in the corner. Sent out to neutral ice by the Skippers. Bergsland trying to push it up ahead. Lowhite almost took it away and made a break into the offensive zone. Poked back down into the Wayzata zone. Long out of the net to play it. Back the other direction. Bergsland works its way out where Molinar will try to chase it down for as Ludke slings this one up to the near side. Here's Lowhite into the offensive zone. Molinar with a blast. That goes well wide off the glass. Schmidt with it now for Wayzata. Works his way into the offensive zone, but he got tied up by McGannon and Doctor. Ludke plays it around, but held in by Bergsland. Fairchild pokes it back through Ness and Schmidt. And flipped out to neutral ice. There's Elder. Elder didn't get a lot on that shot, and it goes wide as he looked to finish off the hat trick as he got that shorthanded opportunity. 41 seconds remaining in the Wayzata power play. They are 0 for 3 tonight. Schmidt into the offensive zone. He has McGannon and Ludke with him, and it's cleared out by Ludke. Dingman with it behind his own net for Wayzata. Mulrennan coming in offside. We'll have a face-off outside of the Minnetonka blue line. Edina has taken a 4-3 lead late in the third period of that game. Well, if the Hornets can hold on, they will clinch a share of the Lake Conference title and can win it outright on Saturday, regardless of what happens with the Skippers this evening. Thrown through center ice, trying to spring Brink. Brink will catch up to it first behind the net. Played behind the Wayzata net. Puck now declared dead. We'll have a face-off deep in the Wayzata zone with 10:18 to go in the third period. Rather, they will bring it outside of the Wayzata zone. I think they're declared Brink was the one who was on top of it. Brink will take the face-off against Matthews. Pokes its way back into the Wayzata zone. Dingman, power play over. Minnetonka back at full strength. Lagerback out of the box. Lagerback is the shot blocked by Anderson, but he'll get it back, play it around the net to the far side. Still loose, and now here's Matthews with it. He'll play it up through center ice toward Wiesen. Wiesen got tied up a little bit by Hicks. Wiesen around to the near side where Heim gets in with him. We're back out to neutral ice. Anderson will dump it in deep. 9:43 now remaining in regulation. 4-2 Minnetonka with the lead. Hicks on the far side into the neutral zone. Gets by Lagerback, and it'll go for an icing and a face-off deep in the Minnetonka zone. Face-off to the right of Glockner. Taraszewski taking it against Lohheit. Back behind the net. Taraszewski got tied up trying to come out with it. Nelko fighting down there as well. Wayzata able to catch up to it. Taraszewski throws it toward the net into traffic. Flipped out to neutral ice and then sent back in deep by Anderson. Lohheit into neutral ice for Minnetonka. His way around 4. Wayzata defenders gets a shot through on goal. Rebound works its way out to the Trojans and now out to neutral ice. Krull will chase it down, but it'll actually get to the red line first. It'll have an icing and a face-off back in the Wayzata zone. Well, that wasn't quite sure it was going to go far enough, fast enough, but officials a little bit generous perhaps with the skippers there. And the face-off deep in the Wayzata zone. Off the face-off, it's poked out back to neutral ice. Lutke with it, gets it down to Doctor. Doctor has that one almost taken away by Fairchild, but Fairchild lost his stick. Perhaps that's why he couldn't possess it. McGannon into the offensive zone, trying to get it behind him for Lutke. But intercepted by Luke Money. Down to the near side. Back to Money. Money with a shot knocked down. Rebound cleared out up into the corner. Branton sent this one in deep. 8:20 now remaining in regulation. Doctor will send this one up to neutral ice. Sent in deep by Fairchild. Rockner out of his net to play it. Doctor behind his own net. Reverse direction as Ness and Leisen pursue. Bayless. And up ahead to Lagerback. Bayless gets it back, tries to center it for Breakers. A shot from the point. That one might have gotten through to Wong. Hicks with it. Hicks will play it around the net. Hicks tries to get it to Bayless. Wasn't a great pass. Hicks from the point. It's loose. Rebound! Wobbles wide on the shot. Rebound attempt by Lagerback. And this one cleared all the way down. That'll go for an icing and a face-off deep in the Wayzata zone once again. No face-off deep in the Wayzata zone with 7:28 remaining in the regulation period as it works its way out front. So we bat it around. It'll come out free where Wayzata will carry it through neutral ice. This Palesh. He pulls up and play it back toward Kimlinger. Schmidt behind the net for Wayzata. He got tied up from behind by Heim. Lohheit down low to Molinar. Molinar on the near side. He'll float this one into the Wayzata zone. Palesh behind the net. Pokes it up into the corner. Schmidt will get it back in front of his net. Now out into the neutral zone where Hicks sends this one back in deep. Able to avoid all of those white jerseys to avoid an offside call. Doctor with it. Reverse direction. 6:43 now remaining in regulation. Doctor back in his own zone with Lutke. And goes off the stick of Covey. Molinar ends up with it on the near side. There's Lohheit in the middle. Lohheit just barely able to come in onside. There's Lohheit able to sweep it down in. Played by Palesh behind his own net. Palesh to the near side. That one taken away. Here's Elder into the offensive zone. Elder with a shot. Saved by Wong. So Elder with a couple of great chances to finish off the hat trick. But the goaltender Wong standing strong on both occasions. 6:08 remaining now in regulation. Face off deep in the Wayzata zone. McGannon will take the face-off against Matthews. Matthews ends up with it. Fairchild plays it out through neutral ice. Money trying to catch up to what he does. Money working his way in. Getting tied up as he drove toward the net. Hooks its way up into the corner. Money trying to get it back as he fights along the far side with Elder. Dingman throws this one in where Matthews tries to chip it down. Matthews now with it, gets it back to Dingman. Dingman with a wobbly shot that got deflected. Money with time behind the net, up into the corner. Money will try to come out, or rather that's Fairchild. Money down there as well for Wayzata. Fairchild looking to center it as Dingman's shot is deflected. Not able to be held in as the puck hits Money, and we'll have a face-off outside of the Minnetonka zone with 5:17 remaining in regulation. 4-2 Minnetonka with the lead here on senior night. It is a final from Eden Prairie Community Center, 5-3, so Edina has clinched a share of the Lake Conference title. If Minnetonka can hold on, they'll make Edina have to win on Saturday to win it outright. This one thrown toward Wong. He'll hold on for the save. 5-3 the final as Edina scores the final 4 goals in that one. They fell behind 3-1 early, but able to show off why they are such a strong contender for a state title. They dominate the rest of the way and come away with a 5-3 win and a complete 3-game sweep of Eden Prairie this season. Schmidt through neutral ice as this one dumped down in. Will be gloved and held on to by Glockner. Face off to the right of Glockner coming. Schmidt will take the face off for Wayzata against Lowhite. Skipper's able to poke it back toward their net. Lowhite up in the corner. Throw this one all the way down over everybody's head as Molinar and Covey got big head starts, and we'll have a face off back deep in the Minnetonka zone. Now 4:36 remaining in regulation. Shots on goal now even at 20. Face off controlled by Minnetonka behind their net. Ness trying to force a mistake, with Ness able to come out with it. About to say, Wayzata was very good at doing this for the first couple of periods. Leisen with a shot off the centering pass. That's saved by Glockner. Lowhite with Cody. Cody! Saved by Wong. Minnetonka quickly back the other way. And now Wayzata trying to respond. Leisen, though, tripped and fell down. Leisen able to get it to Ness. Ness will have to play it around the net. Under 4 minutes now to play. Flipped out into neutral ice by Minnetonka North. He got bumped into by Cody. Ness able to push it into the Minnetonka zone. Cody up into neutral ice. Molinar get it down to McGannon. Leisen trying to get it back to Mulrennan at the point. This one goes wide. Andes held in by Palesh. Flipped out by the skipper. This will end up wide of the goal, and a icing face off deep in the Minnetonka zone. 3:14 to go in regulation. We wonder with 3:14 to go if we'll see an early exit for the goaltender. And he takes a couple of steps to the bench. There he goes, but extra attacker now on for Wayzata. Perhaps a little bit ill-timed as Minnetonka took control of that face-off pretty much right as Wong got to the bench. I think he wasn't quite sure whether to stay or go. Eventually he did go. 2:50 now remaining in regulation. Ness able to hold it in. There's a shot that goes wide. Araszewski. Out into the corner. Thrown toward the empty net. And they score! Sent down into the Minnetonka zone. 2:23 now remaining. 5-2 Minnetonka with the lead. I'm actually credit Doctor with that one. And he's the assist at the 6th goal of the season for Doctor. So, regardless of the outcome, Wayzata now officially eliminated from Lake Conference contention with the Edina win. Just the Skippers and Hornets remaining in that conversation now. Kroll trying to play it behind the net. He'll work its way around. Kimlinger has it for Wayzata. Fairchild behind the net. Down into the corner. Work its way around to the near side. Anderson couldn't quite hold it in. Hit put on Nick Henry. Fairchild chasing it down with Miller. Up into the corner. Kimlinger plays it around. It's far side of the net, up into the corner. Miller has it, minute 32 remaining now. As Hendrickson pokes it out to neutral ice. Henry trying to gain the offensive zone. He will. He'll work his way around the net. Brink down there for Minnetonka. Wayzata coming back the other direction into neutral ice. Here's Hicks with it. Brink will play it in his own zone. Bayless. Bayless with a shot saved by Wong up into the netting. Under a minute to play, 59.7 remaining. Now Minnetonka, they will come away with a big conference win here on senior night. Tough number 10 Wayzata. Dingman tied up behind his own net. Way back out to Miller. Miller with a shot wide of the net through traffic. There's Alex Solly with it for Wayzata. Gets it up to Money. Money gets it to Solly. Solly with a shot saved by Glockner with 37.9 remaining. To round out the regular season on Saturday, Minnetonka will be home for a non-conference matchup against Blake. A blast is North, that's blocked. North trying to push it up into the corner. Crawls, we're under 30 seconds to play. Hendrickson through neutral ice. Hendrickson will float this one up. And almost getting a shot attempt off was Henry. And we'll have a stoppage with 15.9 to go. Hornets will play Wayzata, the same tough Trojans. It'll be at Braemar Arena, which has been a house of horrors for pretty much everybody this season. We're going to ask these Skippers who had that 8-2 defeat there. We got a very late penalty against Wayzata. It'll be Tommy Wiesen. Well, Minnetonka with a abbreviated 15-second power play. Played around back up into the far side corner. Flipped out through neutral ice and all the way down for the final seconds of the game. And Minnetonka wins it here on senior night. They remain in contention for a slice of the Lake Conference title as they beat the feisty Trojans 5-2 this evening. Once again, there will only be one final home game Saturday afternoon, Minnetonka hosting Blake. Pete Wagner will have that one for you. So for Brett and I, and perhaps Todd as well, this is our last game of the season. So we want to thank you guys for the privilege of bringing you Minnetonka boys hockey home games this season. Certainly a venture I enjoyed a lot my first season as a hockey broadcaster. So for one more time, we'll have Minnetonka boys hockey Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock against Blake from the Pagel Activity Center. So for Todd and Brett, I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight and all season long. Final once again tonight, Minnetonka 5 and Wayzata 2. Minnetonka still alive for a slice of the Lake Conference. Now they need Wayzata to turn around and beat Edina on Saturday. So we'll leave it there. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you on Saturday afternoon against Blake at 3 o'clock p.m. Good night.